My name is Rhapsody, and welcome back to Slay the Spire 2. Alright, Ironclad, buddy, it's time for you to choose a good deck and then play that good deck and then you win the video game, buddy, hey. What are we gonna do? Ooh. Hey, 1 Elite, 3 Upgrade. 4? Ooh, yeah, if I upgrade Bash before we go there, I mean, look, I might take up to 40 damage in the fight, but there's almost no elite that I won't be able to just push my way through. Hell yeah. Upgraded Bash gives us the ability to take that out and defend that turn. Should be pretty comfy finishing this fight and getting back our 6 HP, Power Potion, and... Do I take Cinder just as damage? Helps us get through the elite. Nah, I've got enough time. I'll take Shrug It Off. Okay, I should have taken Cinder, as it turns out. I forgot that there's an elite on floor 2 called Double Corpse Slug. Now, I'm not telling you this fight is going to take all of your HP. That's not what I'm telling you. That's slander, actually, if you tell anyone else that I told you that. The problem with them is that unless you get like a really lovely cycle, you can just end up taking 20 damage non-negotiably. Expect to fight Headbutt True Grit. So I do have the time to upgrade that True Grit. Yeah, I can afford to take upgrade heavy cards if I'm on an upgrade heavy line. Show me damage. That'll do it. Droplet of Recognition. That one's Battle Trance. Still haven't taken damage in this deck yet. I'm starting to get a little concerned about that. Let's enchant a Strike with Replay. Look at that twin strike in the deck. Then True Grit needs the upgrade first. Spoils map. I don't turn that down. I'm happy to use a Power Potion here. Demon Form. Hellraiser. Probably just Hellraiser, right? It's not great right now, but it will just give us the ability to defend for the entire rest of the fight. If I bash, I stagger you, so I don't have to worry about the incoming damage this turn. I got 2 turns to hit you. Use Trigger It to remove any card from the deck that's not a strike, because... Oh, one more. Hey, get him. Venerable T said, whenever you enter a rest site, start the next combat with 2 extra energy. We could have lost another 30 health that turn. That would have been really tough. Without losing that, we're in a much, much, much better position. Evil Eye. Trigger It's already upgraded. I could take Evil Eye. But it's not like my damage has been solved. I literally... Alright, I'll take Evil Eye. Let's get the strike that is multi-hitting upgraded. Come on. Oh, I was really hoping to see the strike dummy there. Turn that into a 24 damage strike in the base deck. Battle Trance upgrade is pretty good. The Shrug It Off upgrade is also relatively good. It getting to 11 allows it to block so many things just by itself. Okay, vulnerability up on the enemy, really useful. Let's double strike. Join the next draw pile, and fine, full defend that turn. You do have a buff turn here. I was worried about that. Or I was wondering, rather about that. Dominate. Gain a strength reach vulnerable on the enemy. I mean, Bash is upgraded. I haven't really got, like, a direction yet. I'll happily take a Dominate just to have something that I can do. I want Dominate upgraded if I'm going to have it at all. 9 twice. 9 twice is 18, 12. I'll take down the front enemy and then start working on the next. If I get to take out the Corpse Slug in the midline next turn, then the backline one will again sit... Oh. I'm using the Fire Potion. The backline slug will then again sit down, getting me another turn to draw the damage to take it out and take no damage in this fight. Rupture, Fight Me, and Bully. Bully's good as a payoff for a vulnerable deck, but you need the vulnerable to be really, really, really high. And also, if I'm doing that, then I've already got a payoff in the deck. Fight Me and Rupture. I don't think Fight Me goes in this deck, and I don't think Rupture goes in this deck either. True Grit through a Defend, because it's one of the worst cards in the deck, so I don't want to draw it in the next cycle. No need to play an extra attack there. Wouldn't have even broken through. Speaking of won't even break through, the enemy's vulnerability means I have to play Bash 2 times before I can really do anything against you. So instead of that, I'll just cycle into the new draw so that I can get closer to our big strikes and then just finish you without vulnerability. It's fine. Full defend that turn, and down they go. Cure All. Hellraiser! What? Okay, sure. I'll do it. What? It's the earliest Hellraiser I ever had. Alright, let's start True Gritting cards out of this deck. I don't need to wake you up. Not until I have a Hell to raise. Bash and then Dominate. Gain 3 strength. Oh my god, this setup. Hellraiser. I'm gonna strike and then Battle Trance, get us into a new draw pile so that I get past all of those cards. I got a Bash. You know what? I'm also going to Cure All because I really want to Dominate as well. There you go. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Okay. What the hell was that fight? Offering Aggression Colossus. So, Aggression at the start of your turn, put a random attack from your discard pile into your hand and upgrade it. This is when you draw a card containing strikes. So if it's put into your hand via Aggression, it is not drawn. Draw and put are two completely different words and keywords in this game. Offering. Lose 6 HP, 2 card. I mean, you know, I like the setup, but it's not like Hellraiser actually high setup cost. Colossus. Gain 5 block, you gain 50% less damage from vulnerable enemies this turn. I think I take Colossus because not only am I already incentivized to put more vulnerability in this deck, it's also a 1-card giant damage solution. Like, it says 5, but this routinely blocks for 25. Goopy. Oh, no goop for me. Pale's Tears. If you end your turn with unspent energy, gain an additional 2 energy next turn. So I'm really interested in that because I do think that... So, I've been thinking about this off camera. And this is with respect to all of the things that reference if you end your turn with unspent energy, gain some benefit next turn. But especially Pale's Tears. The last card in your hand that you play isn't always, especially in Act 1 and sometimes Act 2, like, isn't always a card you care to play at all. Like, a lot of the time it's just done so that you can increment some sort, like, your pen nib or your Archibeko, your Nunchaku, or, you know, any of these kinds of things. Tuning fork, etc. Instead of that, like, useless little increment, maybe we have the last card in your hand always says, for 1 mana, gain 2 mana next turn. Right? You just treat it like that. There is also Pale's Tooth here, which actually there's a lot of value in my mind in Pale's Tooth. Just because we can remove a bunch of strikes, and then when they come back, they come up upgraded, and we're pretty happy to see them upgraded. Double block gain from a card, go to sleep for 2 turns, Pale's Legion. I also like the idea of that, right? Just like very little defense actually needed. That helps us set up very effectively. Okay, help us set up, please. Oh, there's another 4? My god, this deck is going to have so many upgrades. Oh. I love that guy. Look at that guy. Look at that old guy. Look at him. Woo! Love that guy. Yeah, I got to defend. Sadly, here's a wall this turn. He doesn't have anything else he can do. That's okay. I can double strike. Take that target down, only take 4 damage this turn. I'll raise a battle trance. We'll shrug. Strike. Shrug, strike. Just short on full block there. Dang. I do need some non-standard strike cards in this deck as well. Stomp. Deal 12 damage to all enemies. Costs 1 less per attack played this turn. That is going to, often after the thing is played, that's going to cost very little for us. Bash is nice, but realistically, it's just... Oh, hang on. Hold up. I forgot about Pale's Legion. I know I drafted it not 2 spaces ago, but I forgot about it. Evil Eye getting us most of the block here. Yeah, I'll happily throw a bash after that. I can't let you take that battle trance, buddy. That's mine. I'm actually using that. Interesting. So because that card was played while the draw phase was happening, it went into the discard pile before the new draw pile was formed, which means that the Strike Plus is still in there. I did not expect that. 1, 2, 1 more. Perfect. You're on the ground. I don't have to worry about you running away with my stuff. I need that card. That draws and plays so many strikes for us. Bludgeon, Shrug, Ashen Strike. Ashen Strike does more damage per exhausted card. I don't really exhaust that many cards, but I think I do take the Ashen Strike anyway. Lose 6 HP, enchant an attack with Vigorous 8. The first time it's played each combat, deal 8 additional damage. The problem with that is mainly that I can't put it on the strike that has replay. I'm going to give it to Stomp as just AoE handling. Oh! Gnarled Hammer. Upon pickup, upgrade up to 3 attacks with Sharp 3. They now just deal 3 more damage, those strikes. Got a single base defend. Fisticuffs is actually a pretty good card in this deck. I'll take it. Let us get our... I mean, defensive cards need an upgrade here more than anything else. Let's get the Shrug It Off first. This one gets Strength Potion. I hate this fight so much. I've been doing like a little bit of a... What do they call it? Socially polite masking of how I feel about this fight for a while. It's certainly one of the fights that you can encounter in this video game. I honestly do not have the time to afford playing Bash. Alright. I'm gonna Droplet of Recognition, the Battle Trance out, play that. Then I'll Destroy Defend, because it's easier than doing the Evil Eye. Play the Evil Eye, and then Stomp. 16 damage to everyone. Ugh, my HP. Best I can do that term, and still weakened. Might be a lot nicer if they just didn't weaken you at all. I can't... I mean, I can take out the backliner, but I'd have to forfeit. There you go. Fine. Without any perfected strikes in this deck, I am unfortunately reliant on a good cycle to actually be able to take out a number of enemies at the same time. All that went pretty well, as long as we kill you on the top deck. Great. Paper Frog. Enemies with Vulnerable take 75% more damage rather than 50%. That's huge. Do I take a Whirlwind as augmented AoE here? I feel like the answer is no. Let's... Stomp for 3. No, Evil Eye up for 3. Defense. Spoils map is now out of the deck, and we gain Lantern for an additional energy on turn 1. Huge. Let's get Fisticuffs, both more damage and defense. There was a very small part of me that was like, this place, this next, it might actually just be a shop. I don't know why, but I feel in my heart of hearts that this question mark is going to be a shop. Anyway, it's not a shop, unfortunately. Time to raise some hell. I forgot the Fisticuffs was going to block for me that turn. Wasting my block buff. Yeah, that certainly could have gone better. I'm going to trigger it through Dominate, because I'm just not getting it out in this combat. It's not happening. Oh, I really need another strike in the deck that does damage. Oh, it'd be nice. That doesn't mean I'll take any. Not that I was offered them. Colossus, help us shore up those defenses. Yeah. I mean, damn, look at this opening turn. But I think I might have to... Powder Demise you or Kaiser? Kaiser could be a problem. Huge opening turn. Now it's basically just, do I draw a good order of cards? Fingers crossed. It's going pretty well so far. Continues to do so. That'll do it. Strike Dummy! Cards containing strike deal 3 additional damage. Yes, we got it! Inferno, Tremble, and Breakthrough. No, thank you. I might actually have the aggression not to need to throw the Powder Demise at you. I will still hold the possibility of throwing the Fire Potion if the circumstance calls for it, rather. Never mind, it did not call for it even slightly. A taunt that's upgraded? Gain 8 block, apply 2 vulnerable. Yeah, upgraded strike, they're now 15 damage. They play themselves. That part's the best part. Let's turn around and buff. Best we can do that turn. Hellraiser Taunt and Evil Eye. Lovely to just see 21 damage twice like that. This enemy is gonna rocket next turn. So keeping you vulnerable means that I can halve your incoming damage next turn when I draw Colossus. I want Colossus in the next cycle as well, so I'll play it first, then Battle Trance. Right, 50% less damage from vulnerable enemies for the next 2 turns. So I'll try and make Crusher vulnerable this turn if I can. Yeah, not that I really get a choice on that one, unfortunately. I'm gonna use this Fire Pot just to turn back around, taking 8 less damage this turn, just because there is a slight concern in my heart that if this goes on just a little too long, we could die. Don't you goddamn dare do this to me. You sincerely don't understand what you would be doing if you ended this run. This run is everything. Oh, never mind. We got the Battle Trance. We're okay. Oh, give me Dominate. Oh, never mind. Didn't even need it. Impervious, Mangle, and Cruelty. I want Cruelty. Vulnerable enemies take 25% additional damage. We've also got the Paper Frog. We can also add another 25% on top of that. We can make it real stupid. Oh, tanks! Choose 3 attacks in your deck. Upgrade them with Instinct. Fisticuffs cost 0? Bash costs 1? I honestly have 2 attacks in my deck that want to be targeted with that. I don't have a third. Ashen Strike already plays itself for free. This strike does too. Sigh, at the start of turn, gain 7 block. There is also definitely value in that. Warhammer. I actually have enough density of upgrades in this deck that Warhammer is not it. If I had a third attack to hit for the Tri-Boomerang, I would take Tri-Boomerang. I don't. And I feel like this is the right side. Wait, hang on. No. This should just be how many merchants can I get? So merchant and then as many question marks as I can get in the late game. Yeah. No, I already got all of my money. Now I need to use it. Otherwise, what did I get it for? Another source of vulnerability would be really nice as well. Just one more source. Would do me grand. Headbutt Whirlwind, feel no pain. I'll take Headbutt just because it's a really good card. It's too good. Too good to just turn down like that. Hellraiser, Evil Eye, Colossus. Thank heck we got the Stomp. That fight was getting pretty rough. Don't need another one though. Yep, shot. Oh, I really wanted to see the Enchanted Lighter. At the start of your first turn, lose 2 energy. At the start of all other turns, gain an energy. Now, here's the thing. I am starting with an extra energy from Lantern already. Ooh, Pendulum. Whenever you shuffle the draw pile, draw a card. That's actually really good for us as well. I'm taking bread. And I'll take a block pot just to keep us healthy and comfy. I'm keeping the rest of my money just in case I do find another opportunity to spend any of it. Alright. Don't need to headbutt anything back to the top of the deck this turn, do I? No, enemy's vulnerable already. Colossus is in the right position. We're all good. Colossus, Cruelty, and... I'm thinking Ashen Headbutt. Get Battle Trance back to the top of the deck. Ideally, draw Hellraiser Battle Trance in the same hand here. No, fine. Have to use the Battle Trance to draw the Hellraiser now. We'll dominate at the end of that turn for 3 strength. Taunt first. Juggling, add a copy of the third attack you play each and turn into your hand. Yeah, that's just adding an attack. That's adding a strike into my hand. Which realistically, then when I cycle the deck again, it plays that extra strike. Well, actually, I'm starting to come around on that juggling. Yeah, I'll take 1 copy. Oh, shouldn't have played a defend card there, actually. Yeah, good thing I took that block pot earlier. This should be Cruelty, double that strike, throw the same strike back to the top of the deck. No, I'm doing it correctly. I literally just played the juggle. Raps. I know it's a new card in the deck and all, but why don't you think about using the card that you played? I feel like it might be slightly better in that context. So this is Ashen, right? Ashen, strike. Yeah, no, it's actually way worse. I thought there was a version where I have the ability to dupe out with juggling another copy of the better strike, and then also put it atop the deck. Evidently, the answer is no on that one, actually. Yeah, throw that taunt back up there. Just in case, exactly, we end up with a Lonely Dominate. Hell yeah. Thank you, Slime, for drawing us back into that strike. Honestly? Yeah, I think another taunt with an upgrade is totally appropriate. I think, especially because of the importance of keeping the enemy vulnerable, being able to remove artifacting and make them vulnerable, having the enemy be vulnerable for the sake of the Colossus. We do more healing, or shielding rather, on a turn with the Fisticuffs vulnerability. Yeah. And we go elite. Yeah, this is certainly something I was worried about. Talk of the fan. So no vulnerability going to go on this guy. That's fine. Shrug. Battle Trank. Oh boy. Taunt, and double strike. We may end up getting some vulnerability on you, I guess. Hellraiser. I don't want to use Colossus this turn because I know your big attack is next turn. Speaking of your big attack is next turn, I should get Shrug It Off in the next hand. Mm-hmm. We finally got him. They're literally vulnerable. Ooh! Basically the most defensive turn I could have had. Hell yeah. Fish, Oil, and White Star. Let's drop an additional rare card reward. I'll take the upgraded True Grit. I'm going to lose that for a Fish Oil. Get 1 Strength, 1 Dex. That'll be pretty useful in the final boss fight. Blood Vial. At the start of each combat, heal for 2 HP. That won't be. Cruelty getting 25% additional damage on target, though, will be. And we'll just toggle back and forth. So yeah, why am I starting this on 4? Ah, Venerable T-Set. Oh, okay. Ooh, the first turn against the beast is going to be bad. Of course. He used a block card that turn. Classic mistake. Ooh, if only I played that Cruelty first. I mean, yeah, there is an Evil Eye, and I can play the Evil Eye. There's no reason to need to play the Evil Eye, though. It's thankfully already very well defended. Third attack I played this turn is Stomp. Oh, it wasn't. Could have sworn it was the third attack I was going to play that turn, so I was going to get the extra Stomp in hand. Last Rupture. That is good strength gain if I had any damage that I was getting dealt that way. Come on, shop. Pendulum for 2 relics? No, but I'll give you 100 gold. Festive Popper. Started combat deal 9 damage to all enemies. Not really something to write home about. Or write about it in any way, shape, and or form. Heartbreakingly, we're going to take a lot of damage here. Gonna have to rest in the next space. There we go. Take down the current slate of enemies so I don't have to worry about them dealing damage to me. 1. Maybe it considered that 2 plays because it was a replay. So then if I stomp... Okay, now I get the edict. Got it. I understand how it works now. I've learned to count. Don't tell anyone. Headbutt Battle Trance back to the top of the deck. Dominate Taunt. And this... Hell yeah. Go through the draw pile as much as we can. I think another Colossus makes a lot of sense in this deck. Yeah, absolutely. Oh. Power. Strength and Dex, please. No. The end of combat upgrade a random card does nothing for us. Making powers cost 1 less is possible at best. Woof. Oh, the Queen's gonna stop me from being able to play cards because they'll be bound. That's gonna be annoying. I do feel like I probably actually have a generally better time in the next fight than this fight, so maybe I should pop my fish oils here. Taunt and Dominate. Get some strength out on the field. I'll shrug first, hoping to draw into something that exhausts. We didn't. That's okay. Still got enough defense to block. Yeah. Well. Tragic, but Hellraiser got to get played. Atop the deck, I must throw our best strike. Take 12 damage to the dome that turn. True Grit through a defend. Colossus and then strike. It does look like I was able to play multiple bound cards. Which, like, if we are able to play multiple bound cards just because we're drawing into them before they're bound, that's so good for us. It was really important this enemy become vulnerable or dead. I figured they were going to become dead if I just kept drawing cards. That didn't happen. 11 more damage to me? Oh boy. Oh boy. That's 45 incoming. Got to get him vulnerable and keep him vulnerable. We'll take 15 here. Stomp is going to give me a copy of Stomp in my hand, right? And the copy in my hand will have Bound. Can't do anything about that. I'm going to be taking the damage this turn. Look, I'm thrilled that we got this far. I'm very glad that I used my potions in that fight. I'm very, very sad that that fight did not have the ability to get through that. Like, I don't think we added way too much setup. I think like if I replayed that fight, like there are like so many versions of it with, you know, obviously, you know, a different draw seed, but I think there's, and a different order of plays, of course, as well. I think there's so many versions of that win. I think there's a lot of defense in this deck. I think as long as I have the ability to keep some vulnerable on the enemies, if I had a little bit more vulnerable application outside of just the 2 copies of Taunt and Bash, that would be nice. Also, not constantly having our sources of bash, or our sources of vulnerability and sources of draw frozen would have been nice as well. Alas. Finally getting to actually use Hellraiser and really getting to see its actual strength. Unleashing a ridiculous strike. This thing does 12 damage with replay. Courtesy of the strike dummy and its replay. And it does it on draw with Hellraiser. In fact, it does even more if the enemy's vulnerable, courtesy of both Paper Frog and Cruelty, increasing to another 75% more damage on that target than you usually would have seen. Sadly not a win, but I can't be too unhappy about that. Also, that, the bread showing up at the very end? Huge. That last fight would have been so much worse without the bread. For the moment, though. My name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Slay the Spire 2. Top left is a series playlist for all my content on the game, past, present, and future. This is the last video I'm recording before tomorrow's slate of videos, where I will record possibly on the beta branch, or not. Leave your thoughts on that in the comment section down below. Hopefully see you next time.